Now this is what I'm about.
What's up, guys? What's up? Homer Simpson from The Simpsons would be so happy and going nuts to see a donut like this. Big one. Alright, so this video is 2 parts. Why I'm leaving Colombia, and if you would live in Ciudad del Rio, which is right over here, going across the street, that whole section. And Mercado del Rio right there has a lot of restaurants. Even has an Indian food restaurant there called Tandoori with South Indian food, and there's a whole thing right there, and they got a bunch of restaurants and stuff. So yeah, so let's jump right into it. Why am I leaving Colombia? Well, I had already left Colombia back in 2021. I went to Mexico. I was going to be there for like about a year to a year and a half, and I was only there for 6 months. I came back to Colombia, I was going to come back for like 2 months back in December 2021, and I paid my mom a surprise visit, but the surprise was on me. She had a fractured arm, so I offered to stay with her while she recovered. But then her health situation got complicated. She was a diabetes 2 person. She had diabetes 2, type 2. And because she didn't really take good care of it, her health got complicated. She lost her mobility because she had a polyneuropathy condition. And because of those things, I decided to stay on and help her out because she couldn't walk. And as life would have it, she had a lot of complications and she passed away. I love her. I spent a year and a half with her. I had not lived with my mom since I was 19 years old, when I left New York, when I finished high school. And God gave us this opportunity to be together, for me to be a responsible, loving son, my duty. And I accompanied her there. During the daytime I was working because I'm an online language teacher, English. And we had a caretaker, an assistant, infirmary assistant, but this one was a real nurse, professional nurse, taking care of her during the daytime while I was working, and then I would take care of her at night, and you know, stuff like that. So now it's the month of September, and I'm gonna go into Dollar City right here for a moment. So I'm gonna get myself some refreshment, like a cold beverage, something that looks like a Gatorade or a Powerade. So be back in a moment, guys. Okay, well actually that is a Powerade. I thought it was something different. Powerade costs 2,500 pesos. The dollar right now, you get like 4,100 pesos for a US dollar today. So yeah, it's about a little over 50 cents, about 60 something cents. So here we are in Ciudad del Rio, and let me just open this thing up. I'll open it up in a minute. Let's keep walking and talking. And there are a lot of digital nomad cafes around here, a few good ones where you could do co-working from. You don't want to stay in your apartment or wherever you're renting, and you got Subway right over there, all that good stuff. It's a very good area. It's pretty safe. It's up and coming. They got all these kind of buildings being put up, and yep, sometimes the gimbal does that, but I'll have a new GoPro, I hope, that I'm gonna buy in Miami. by the time you see this video, I would probably already have bought it. So let's go this way and show you the museum and all that, and those are apartment buildings. So let me drink something first. There are some hotels around here. There's Ibis right there, Ibis, I-B-I-S, Ibis, whatever you want, however you want to pronounce that. Check out all these tower blocks here. There are companies here and everything. This is all a medical area. They got dental offices here, medical offices, all of that in these buildings along the avenue here, along Avenida Industriales, Industrial Avenue there. And then this used to be an old factory place here and all that and everything. So people saying what's up. And you got all these residential apartment buildings, and you got the museum over there, the Museum of Modern Art of Medellin, Triple M. And you got a crepes and waffles restaurant right over there. And Poblado, like Manila neighborhood, is walking distance. You can walk 15 minutes just walking that way along the avenue, and then you hang a left all the way down right by the bridge, and you're in Manila neighborhood. Or you can go all the way up to the 10th Street, or where you got Provenza area and Jerris Park, in case you're into that stuff. So I'll get into a moment back into why I'm leaving. You already got the first part about my mom. And Crepes and Waffles is a very good restaurant, I think. And they got the ice cream part right here, where people are lining up with the doggies to get some ice cream. Hey doggies, I love doggies. Crepes and Waffles, it's a chain of restaurants, and they even got vegetarian options and vegan options for any vegans out there and vegetarians. And here we're coming up on, and this whole area they're developing this whole area. And like I said, the museum is right over here. Well, the new GoPro, I'm gonna get with an external module, a media module or something, media mod, so it can break down the wind noise. Right now I don't have that. So this is the entrance right here to the Museum of Modern Art of Medellin. Right there it says Museo de Arte Moderno, Medellin, Colombia. Right there. And they're building this up, more apartment buildings and everything. High-rise apartment buildings, 25 floors approximately, most of these, as you can see, a good 25 floors up. And on the first floors they have the concept now of making businesses like little shops. And if you want coffee, La Store coffee right there, or if you want some juices, freshly squeezed lemon juice, whatever, lemonade, all of that. So you got all these places right here. And on a Sunday, sometimes here on Sundays, you can catch some Indians that are they're software engineers living here in this area, and they play cricket here. 2 years ago, before I left to Mexico, I ran into them here, and they come here usually on Sundays. So if you're an Indian or you're interested in watching some Indians play cricket and you're here in the Medellin area, come on down over here, and that's it, you'll see them. So, and they got a nice little cafe over here, and I think I see people here sometimes working with their laptops. I've seen a couple, so maybe they have it, or if not, they're just working with their own data and all of that. And yeah, and they got a little park area around there, going that area, and where some bikers and skaters go. And look at the two Australian shepherds playing around, Australian shepherd dogs. Oh, that's beautiful. How beautiful, how cute. She walking in India, she walking, check her out, she walking in India. She loves dogs, so I imagine if you ever see this, she walking, check out these beautiful doggies right here. Look at that. They're so beautiful. Okay. I think I was not clear enough. She walking, she's a YouTuber, a woman in India, and out of Delhi, based out of Delhi. Check her out. She's got good walking videos. She doesn't talk a lot, talks very little, but she's starting to talk a little more, and maybe she'll talk a lot more come down the road. So yeah, and I've seen a lot of her videos, pretty cool. So the hotel right there, Ibis, Skull and Floors, and all this area is up and coming. This whole area used to be a factory, a big factory, a steel factory, where they made like these steel rods, big rods and everything. And they sold it all off, and they only have this remaining part here that was one of the workshops where they were welding things and making all kinds of steel rods and everything for construction purposes, you know, all that good stuff. And whoa, let's go across the street here for a moment. So you got a couple of other cafes over here, Tintoretti and everything, and Piazzere, Italian style. So you could come here and chill there in one of those and work while you eat or snack on something. They got an ATM over there, Bank Colombia, and they got this other little pastry shop out here called De Lolita. De Lolita is another pastry shop, and it's a chain of them, and they're very good, and a lot of security, so you could go in there and you don't have to worry about your laptop getting stolen right from under you. Oh, look at that Royal Enfield, military style Royal Enfield, made in India, made and assembled in India, and all that. So I said India, yeah. Anyway, so I'm leaving because I've been wanting to leave for a long time. I remember that in 2010 I moved back to my country, the United States of America. Well, the United States. America is all the Americas, from all the way up north to all the way down south. But then the United States of America, that's one place, one country. This country, Colombia, is also, if you look at the history books or whatever, it's called the United States of Colombia. Of Colombia. What is it? Estados Unidos de Colombia, or something like that, if I remember what I saw one time or something. It's a very nice place to walk around here. Some people come to jog around here in this area in Ciudad del Rio. So yeah, I went to the States, moved back to my country in 2010. I had been here in Colombia already for almost 15 years at that time, and I really wanted to move back to the United States, and I did. But I spent 2 years there. Didn't really go the way I wanted. I didn't really feel at home there, and I was in New Jersey, but I'm from South Carolina, and I was born in New York. But anyhow, so I came back to Colombia because this is like the best deal I had. I didn't want to stay in the States and be part of that, like work like a maniac just to survive, because couldn't get a better job than a minimum wage job, and working 2 jobs and couldn't really sleep that much, and working 6 days a week. Really had no social life and whatever. So I said, let me go back to Envigado, Medellin, where at least I can work. I already have 14 years of working experience there, a lot of contacts, and I did come back, but I really wanted to go somewhere else. I didn't want to stay here anymore. I had my fun here, but I came back, you know, it's life. And so I came back, and I was always looking for somewhere else to go. So look at this, Ciudad del Rio. Would you live here? Would you live here? Remember, this is the other part of this video. Would you live here? So far with what you have seen, leave your comments or your answers down in the comment section. Would you live here in this area of Medellin, Ciudad del Rio? And they got more burger shops, they got stationery shops, they got barber shops, they got these other places here to eat, they got pharmacies, they got all these are medical buildings here, dental and medical, and some other things on these buildings here. It says right there, Clínica del Prado Clinic, Ciudad del Rio, and all of that. So you got a lot of things here, and there's a barbershop somewhere over there, I remember, and there's an English language center, Spanish I think too, over there. And they got these little nice places, these nice little restaurants where you can chill. Like I recommend Santa Leña, and you can work inside if you get in there quickly. And they have, like, there's a person over there working with her computer, 2 laptops over there, 3, another guy, and they got the little electrical outlets where you can plug in your computer, so that way you don't run out of battery. And in Colombia here, you can always go as a traveler. And if you guys haven't seen my video about the 2-year digital nomad visa, check it out. I'm going to leave a link in the description box to the video about the Indians playing cricket here, and a link to the 2-year digital nomad visa that Colombia, the government, just came out with back in March or April of this year of 2023. If you're interested, and by having that 2-year thing without any visa runs, you can stay here for 2 years straight, but you got to comply with 3 requirements. You have to make $690 approximately per month minimum. you have to show a valid card, a letter, like to prove that you are contracted, that you're working for a company that is not Colombian, and that they're paying you, and that company has to provide that evidence to you, and then you to the Colombian government. And the other one is you have to have traveler's health insurance. Those 3 requirements, and then you process it with them. You go to the Colombian government website. I don't know which one it is, I forgot, but if I remember, I'll leave it down in the description box. And you can get a 2-year digital nomad visa here. And I was going to say, you can always go to Tigo or Claro or Movistar, these mobile phone service companies, and you can just get a prepaid SIM card, get a Colombian phone number, and then they got special deals that you can pay that, like for 30 days, and you get 30 gigabytes for like 30,000 pesos. 30,000 pesos is like let me see, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, $7 and some change per month. And you can always reload at one of those places like Ghana, where you play the lottery, stuff like that, or at a supermarket like Karula. And yeah, so we're ending the Ciudad del Rio part, but you see all the stuff they're building, all the high-rise apartment buildings here. So, and it's a very safe area in general, and you can catch a bus to downtown Medellin if you want to. Just come out right here. If you want to go to downtown Medellin to explore during the daytime, to explore some of those areas, you can catch a bus right here, or the metro station's right over there. The Industriales metro station is right over there, or you can always walk to the El Poblado metro station. And as I said, Manila neighborhood is like a 15-minute walk if you're just taking it like slow ride, take it easy. Fog Hat, that was a group back from the 70s, something like that. So yeah, I came back in 2012, and I didn't really want to be here anymore, but I really had a good time in Colombia those 15 years before I went back to the States and to Jersey for 2 years. And my plan was good to go down to Georgia and live in Georgia, since I'm from South Carolina, where I grew up. But I came back here because I wasn't feeling it there. Like I told you, the US is just not my thing anymore. I appreciate the United States. I love the country. I love what it gave me, the morals and the values and everything, the friends, the school life, the university life, you know, traveling around the States, driving in my 79 Chevy Malibu and all that with chrome rim tires. That was cool back in the day. But here I am in 2022. I come back this way, and I don't know where to go. And you know, I'm a teacher teaching English, and what am I going to do in another country? Maybe I can't get a teaching job in another country if I go I don't know where. So I don't know what to do. So I just kind of like changed my mind and say, let me just stay in Colombia, but let me try to start saving up some money and buy myself a little piece of land out in the countryside, since I am a country boy. Hee-haw, Bonanza style, you know, Zach Brown Band, Alan Jackson, Jake Owen, stuff, you know, Luke Bryan, the band Perry, y'all know what I mean, Reba McEntire, those singers. So I got back into work. Yeah, it's a little windy, sorry. I don't have any media mod or wind mic. That's part of life right now. So yeah, I tried to save money and everything, but work was just not happening that well. Then what happens? I meet up with a spiritual group here, not a religion, but a spiritual group or a religion, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm with them. I'm doing yoga with them and everything. I'm going to their festivals because this is a spiritual path from India, Bhakti Yoga, and I'm doing yoga with them, physical and meditation and all that. And India starts to come onto my radar. And the thing about living in the countryside here, getting a piece of land, is just not happening because I'm just not getting work. I'm going through some bad time, depression and everything for a couple of years, not loving myself. My self-esteem so low, it was almost below the ground. So I'm exploring the idea about going to India because I'm doing this research for conscious cinema, or conscious movies and documentaries on a Friday night there, because they asked me if I could do that, and I said okay. And I'm looking for spiritual videos, spiritual movies, and a lot of stuff about India. And I started getting interested in India. So I said to myself, I want to go to India. But Colombia has given me a lot, really a lot, and I have enjoyed it a lot of good friends, family, having spent time with family and friends, becoming a little more humane, a little nicer, instead of a little colder, like when I was so American, like my territorial space, man, like back off, buddy. But I came here and I started changing, because people here are very warm in general, more friendly, you know, they're friendlier, and they approach you more wherever, and it's not so territorial like in the States with the space bubble thing. And yeah, I got India on my radar, and I start trying to save up money, but it's not working for a couple of years. And then finally somebody helped me get my self-esteem back up, my self-love, in all good way, no fake stuff. And I finally started loving myself again, and respecting myself, and appreciating who I am. And that started to reflect on my vibrations, my energy, and I started getting a lot of work again as a teacher. And I started saving up money, and in 2018 I have a good amount of money saved up, and I go ahead and buy the plane ticket like in July 2018 to fly out in February 2019 to India for 48 days. So I get it, I got the ticket, I'm so happy. And then I flew to the States to visit my mom. God rest her soul. I love you, Mom. Mom, I love you. Mami, te quiero mucho. I told my mom we made our peace before she passed away, like a couple of weeks, a couple of days, 2. And it was all good, because we had a couple of spats. So yeah, I went to visit my mom and my brother in 2018. And then I came back, and I had India on my radar, but just to visit. Just to visit. And I did not expect India, Bharat, to have such a deep and profound effect on my spirit, on my soul, on me as a person. And it was just awesome. When I went there, everything changed. I wanted to stay, I couldn't stay, because I had no online work. I was not an online teacher like I am now. And it was beautiful. I visited places like, I landed in Mumbai, then I went on a flight over to Bhubaneswar, and then I went down to Jagannath Puri, then I caught a train to Bodh Gaya, Gaya, and then from Gaya taxi to Bodh Gaya, to my guest house, where Siddhartha Gautama, the last Buddha we know about, reached enlightenment. And then from there I had a lot of fun there. Then I caught a train to Varanasi. Oh, Varanasi is awesome. Benares, Kashi. Then I took a train to Prayagraj or Allahabad for the Kumbh Mela back in 2019, the Kumbh Mela. That was awesome. And then from there I took a flight from Allahabad. I took a flight to Delhi. I was in Delhi for 2 nights. And then from Delhi, these are the ice cream guys, the ice cream sellers. They work hard. And that's the Monterey shopping center right over there, that blue building, that whole blue thing. So I took a flight to Delhi. I was there for 2 nights. I explored a little bit Old Delhi, and yeah, just Old Delhi. And I went to the Lotus Temple, saw the Red Fort but didn't go in, and went to the Jamal Masjid, but for some reason I didn't go all the way inside, just to the steps, to the entrance. But this time I will. And then from Delhi I took a bus, overnight bus, to Rishikesh, the yoga capital of the world. The Beatles, John Lennon, George Harrison, Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr were there in 1968 doing transcendental meditation. transcendental meditation. And Rishikesh has a power of its own. Spiritual vibe so strong that my original 4-day booking, I extended it to 10 days in Rishikesh. I skipped Shimla. I was gonna go to Shimla, one of the hill stations in the Himalayas there. So yeah, I went to Rishikesh and it was awesome. So cool, the spiritual vibe, the sadhus, the Ganga Ma river, the river there, the Ganges river as the West is calling it, but they call it Ganga Ma there, Ganga. And then from Rishikesh, oh, and there's a place in Rishikesh called Braham Yoga. Gotta go there, guys. They got some awesome, some off the hook, off the charts Ayurvedic treatment, Ayurveda. Then from Rishikesh, anyway, I'm telling the whole story, I don't know why. I love India and I'm leaving Colombia. So see you guys in India. Fir milenge. Nos vemos. Bye bye. Well, so much for the goodbye, because I left that as a dangler. I didn't really say the last reasons. India is just awesome, powerful energy, and I want to be traveling through India and Asia for probably the rest of my life, because there's just so much, the cultures, the people, so nice in India. And I want to visit places like Nepal, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Indonesia. You know, really want to visit those places, and then even Japan. But I'm just going to be focusing on the Asian continent, mostly India. That's just me. Anyhow, now later. Oh, and of course, I forgot to say Monterey, that shopping center right there. If you guys are digital nomads and you need something for your phone, for your laptop, for your tablet, for your computer, whatever, come here for your action camera. It's a digital tech mall. It's a tech mall, Monterey, right by the metro, the El Poblado metro station. 10th Street is right over here. And this is the last video, chronologically speaking, that I make, because this is the last one I'm making here in September. And with the little goodies after this video, stay tuned for some little clips that I want to share about a mall and whatever, in case you want to see. It's a long video, but if you don't. And the doggies and everything. Yeah, India and all that. So I'm going to leave some things, and this is the last one, chronologically speaking. But there will be like 2 videos coming out, like about Colombia, comparing it to India, I think, or something, to Delhi or something. I don't remember what it is. My memory's a little off, so sue me. But chronologically, this is the last one. But you'll see the other 1 or 2 out in November or December of this 2023. Later, y'all. Wow, yeah, this is the first time for me down here at the Viva Mall in the co-working area. It's pretty cool. A digital nomad. Sure is. Now, y'all, that's what I call a downpour here in Colombia, in the mountains, in the state of Antioquia. One of the last things I'm experiencing here before I'm there. Right here in a little makeshift kitchen here at the country house. My 4 weeks to go before I go to India. And I'm enjoying the time here with the doggies. That's Sundari, meaning beautiful. And well, it's dark, so the GoPro doesn't do well in the dark unless there's good lighting. So yeah, I'm gonna miss these kids, the doggies, but I gotta go on with my life. And मैं बारात से प्यार करता हूँ. For those of you who know Hindi, you know what I just said. Catch you later. Well, the kids are taking a nap, meaning the doggies, here at my dad's country house. There's Martina. The grass is being cut. Here at the country house, it's a nice, beautiful day in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. And here's some of the pups. I got them inside. so they don't run into the weed whacker guy, because they can get hurt, and the big ones, and they have a good life here. So yeah, I'm gonna miss them. And there go the three girls right there in their little hole. Can't really see them, but there they are, all three sisters. And I'm just doing my workout with whatever I have, like this 2x4 right here, or that metal thing over there, or that cinder block. Anyhow, this is life in the countryside, and soon to be in India. This is Colombia. This reminds me of a foggy morning I spent in Jagannath Puri in the state of Orissa, and it was at a Kund. A Kund is like a lake, and where they have the Shiva statue and the Nandi statue of the sculpture. It was so nice. It was very foggy that morning, a little foggier than this one. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra. Or as they say, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra. Some tips for you guys who come this way. If you come to the North Bus Terminal, you can catch a bus here to go to Guatapé, where the Peñon Rock is in that area. Or you can go to Santa Fe de Antioquia, the former capital of the state. This is the North Bus Terminal here. And you can catch buses to go to Bogota or to the coast, to Cartagena, Santa Marta. So yeah, this is one of the last shots you'll see of Medellin in terms of the distance. It's right over there downtown. This is the metro station and all that. And this is the north of the city. The metro stations here are kept very clean, as you can see. It's very nice. And here's the metro. I missed the front of it, but oh well. And this is how it is on a Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. Now, if you guys are digital nomads, they have good co-working spaces here at the Viva Envigado Shopping Center, the biggest in all of Colombia and one of the biggest in all of South America, if not the biggest. And you can get here by the Envigado metro station. It's got a Ferris wheel if you see it over there in the kiddie park. There you go. That's the Poblado area there in the distance with all those high-rise apartment buildings, where you got Jerez Park, Provenza and all of that. And then you got Envigado here. And we're going to the mall. I'm just giving you these little tips at the end of this video here, stuff you can consider. So the metro station connects you with the mall here, the Envigado station, and you just walk this way. Then you go up the electrical stairs, not the ones that are coming down, but the next one's over there, and they have a Skyway pedestrian bridge all the way to the mall. Coffee market shop right there with bakery and everything. You can sit down with your computer and work for a while. You got the McDonald's desserts. You got vinaigrette if you're a vegetarian. They got two vegetarian options over there. Papa John's, everything. You're into beach volleyball and you got your friends. You're a digital nomads, come over here. And there goes the Ferris wheel right over there. You can see it. Another beach volleyball court. And there's the Ferris wheel. There's the kiddie park here. And they haven't opened yet because it's only about going on 11 a.m. And I said that Sabaneta right there. Las Estrellas over there. I'm going to show you that little hidden, like, diamond in the rough gem. And Itagüí is on that side of the highway. Itagüí, the other town. And you see a lot of buildings there being built up. Itagüí is up and coming now. If you want to check out Itagüí, I just realized at this moment that it is up and coming now. But not at the park area, but all the way in that area where the high-rise apartments are being developed. Now, digital nomads, Pergamino is a good place. A lot of people come here to work and eat, snack, doggies on the track, and they even got like that little thing going up over there, like the bleacher section for digital nomads who are doing their work right up there with a little thing going up that thing. Pergamino. This is the restaurant area if you want something fancier instead of the food court over there. These are the restaurants like Mundo Verde. They have a lot of vegetarian options at this restaurant. And look at the cake. Oh my god, I love cake, especially chocolate. Wow, torta chocolate, carrot cake. Okay, so you got all these restaurants. Cosmo Cookies, Romero's a good restaurant. Parmesano's got Italian. in there. A lot of restaurants here. Colombians and paisas especially are people friendly. They are, really. If you want typical Colombian food here at the restaurant, I mean at this one, El Rancherito, typical Colombian. Then you got other stuff like Italian, American, Mexican, Oriental, Asian, burgers, and all these kinds of restaurants here in this area if you want something fancier instead of the food court area I showed you before. They got sushi over there, sushi market, taco house, Mexican grill, etc. They got crepes and waffles over there, and they got Il Forno somewhere around here, which is very good Italian food. Oh no, it's right over there, Il Forno. And a good view of the city if you want from Il Forno. Here's the Decathlon store, international. They got it in India. Remember, I saw it in Dehradun, right before you begin to go up into the Himalayan mountains. If you're a moviegoer like I am, Cine Colombia here at the mall. They got Dynamix 4D, they got IMAX, and it's all big and all whitey like if you were in the Matrix. You could come and check it out. Wow. So this is the co-working area, and if you are fast enough, you could get to one of these points and have a connection to the computer and sit here and chill and relax, very comfortable. And this area is where all the banks are, so you have different ATMs and a co-working zone here, what I told you, right there. And I'm gonna go get money at Bancolombia because my bank account is Bancolombia. So the whole working zone area, and if you need to exchange money, they got a money exchange right behind this taxi stand thing here and whatever. Right there. Money exchange. Plaza Museum and this cultural building. Downtown Medellin. Pandala Hotel too. If you want to see a replica of a Antioqueño town, a small town here in the state of Antioquia, go to Pueblito Paisa, right there, that hill. You come here to the Exposiciones Metro station, and then you can catch a cab, short cab ride, or just walk over. At the top up there, you got the replica. And that's the old bridge, Puente de Boyacá. First bridge ever built here in Medellin. So guys, last couple of things I'm going to leave for you here are some short clips I made in India when I was there in 2019. So we want you to get a preview of what we're going to do in India, at least part of it. Plus, I'm a vegetarian, so I'm going to do a lot of foodie vlogs. Catch you later, alligators. She's a girl, not a boy. And she says hi. They blow it a couple of times. Mother Ganga. Yeah, Mother Ganga. Ganga is the name of the river. You see they're going to start. Oh, really? So now they offer the incense with the right hand and they shake with the left, the bell. He's happy. A happy monkey. This place is awesome. These are the Barabar caves area where Lord Buddha came and meditated for some time. I don't know the complete history, but look it up yourselves. And that in the distance is the area close to this. And we are on top of something that looks like a whale or a spaceship made out of rock. It's a cave under this. And this is granite and whatnot. One cannot really fathom how beautiful this is if you are not here, physically present, seeing it. Okay, this is a village here in Baliani, or near Baliani. Esta es una aldea cerca de Baliani. And we're going to the Krishna temple where they have a celebration. Vamos para el templo de Krishna, donde tienen una celebración. Y mire que todo esto es una aldea. Look at all of this is a village. Village life, no cars, no motorcycles here. There's no road that comes up to this point, just paths. Namaste.
Namaste.
And the festival is right over there. El festival está allá. Allá está el templo. There's the temple over there. Perfecto, aquí llegamos al templo. We have arrived here at the temple. Bacha. Let's get over here. Ahutacha. Ahutacha. And I've been asking Ganesh, Lord Ganesha, to remove obstacles, and I've been chanting here and there, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. My voice is recovering. It's been a rough 8-9 months to date. And yeah, like the Eminem song, Lose Yourself. If you had one shot for everything you ever wanted, one opportunity, would you seize it or let it go? I'm seizing it, and because I already got the plane ticket with some help, and now I'm working on the Airbnb. But by the time you see all of this, I'm there already, and I'm gonna enjoy the whole ride. And whatever may come, I'll be in my beloved India. And if I should leave this world, let it be there. If I should abandon this body, and hopefully in Varanasi, so to never reincarnate again. No more samsara. Pure moksha, baby. Not mochaccino, but pure moksha.